Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on this look right here. It's a very chocolatey, cherry, chocolate covered cherry look. I'm so excited to do this for you guys today. I used the Morphe 3502 palette and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment. Let me know what else you guys would like to see. Alright, let's just get right into it. First thing I'm going to go in with is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm just going to use this to prime my eyes. I'm using the Morphe Mini Beauty Sponge to spread that out. And I am just going to then take some RCMA No Color Translucent Powder, and I'm going to use that to set that so that it doesn't crease. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my Morphe 3502 palette, and I'm going to start off with this color Chestnut with a Morphe M213 brush. I want to use this to carve out my crease because I have to kind of make my own. And the next thing I'm going to do is go in with the shade Tan, and I'm going to use that to blend out that crease that we just made because we don't want it to be too harsh. This is going to be a halo eye, so we do want everything to connect back and forth, and we want that to be nice and blended. Since this is going to be a halo eye, I'm going to put it on the outer part of my eyelid and the inner part as well. Next, I'm going to go back in with that shade Chestnut, and I'm going to deepen it up a little bit on an M518. This is a really good blending brush for the crease, and I'm just going to go back and forth. I'm going to try to keep the center of my lid on the lower part of it as clear as I can, but it's fine if you mess it up because we're going to cover it up anyways. But I'm just going to sweep that back and forth in between those shades, and then I'm going to take the Morphe M513 and I'm going to blend those edges back out, sweeping back and forth and in circular motions. And then I'm going to take the color Rich on an E17 brush, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner and the inner corner as well. And then when I have the tiniest amount of product left on my brush, or close to no product, I will sweep it back and forth between the front and the back just to connect it, but we want that to be a little bit softer. And then of course I'm going to go back in with the 513 brush and blend it all out again. Want everything to look smooth and seamless. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with the shade Brunette, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, and I'm just going to put a little product on there at a time and build it up. And same thing, it's going to go on our outer corner and our inner corner, and then we will connect the two. Just sweeping back and forth, trying to blend that in, but also have it stand out just a little bit more to be a little bit more defined than the other shades have been. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Whiz, and I'm going to be really careful with that. I'm going to pick up the tiniest amount of product, and I'm going to start it closer to my lash line on the outer corner, and I'm going to sweep it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to do the same thing on my inner corner, and then I'm going to go back in with that M518 brush, and I'm going to blend it out with no more of that product on it. Then I'm going to go in with some Fix Plus on the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to take the shade Ruby, and I'm going to place that right in the center of our lid because that is our kind of halo shade. I'm just going to pack that on pretty good. I want it to really stand out, and then I'm going to blend it in on the sides and up towards the top, and I'm going to blend it in as much as I can into all of those other shades that we've already placed. Then I'm going to go back in with that E17 brush in the shade Brunette, and I'm going to blend the sides of the halo back out just a little bit more, and then I will also sweep it back and forth over the top just so that everything is nice and blended and smooth. Then I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to clean up any fallout underneath our eyes, and I'm also going to use that to sharpen up the line on the outer edge of what we've already done. The foundation I'm going to use today is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in the shade 012, and I'm going to use a Morphe MB10 to kind of spread it on my face. And then I'm just going to take a Beautyblender and I'm going to spread that out and pounce it into my skin and make sure that it all looks nice and blended and smooth, because that seems to be my favorite words to use when it comes to makeup. Nice, blended, and smooth. I keep using those same words. I did speed this process up just because I know you guys have seen me put my foundation on several times now, and I do it the same way every single time, and it can be a little boring. So next, I'm just going to conceal my under eyes. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral and the Urban Decay Naked Concealer in Light Neutral. And I'm just going to take the Morphe Highlight and Contour Beauty Sponge and I'm going to press that into my under eyes. And I like to bring it down just a little bit in the inner corner so that it kind of makes like a little triangle. But I don't like to go all crazy with that, because if I go too far down, I feel like it dries out my cheek area, which is the part of my face that tends to get super dry nowadays. And after I have done my under eyes, I like to take whatever is left on my sponge and I will press that into my nose, the center of my nose, and on my chin a little bit. I don't like to do the center of my forehead because I feel like it makes it dry. And then I'm going to take the RCMA translucent powder on that mini beauty sponge and I'm just going to press that underneath my eyes, but I don't like to bring this powder down too far, so I like to make sure that it stays right underneath my eyes and doesn't go anywhere else. Then I'm going to take the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Light Medium, and I'm going to use that to kind of set my face a little bit in places where I get oily or where I'm going to put my contour, because I feel like when I use powder contour, if I put a translucent or white powder underneath it, it helps it to blend out so much better. I do get oily on the center of my forehead, that's why I put it there. I'm going to contour my cheeks, so I like to put it there. And then on the edges of my forehead, I like to put it as well. Now that I have that powder down, I'm going to go ahead and bronze. And I'm going to place that bronzer right underneath where my cheekbone naturally is. And I'm going to blend that out, going from the corner of my ear towards the corner of my mouth. And then I'm going to run a little bit down the sides of my nose, not too much, and underneath, because I don't have a big nose, but I still want it to all tie together. And then I'm going to go in with a Morphe R2 and make sure I get my forehead really nice and good. I have a big forehead, as I have said several times, so I like to bring it in and try to make it look a little bit smaller. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Kylie Cosmetic blushes in the shades Barely Legal and Virginity, and I like to mix those two together just a little bit, and I'm using a Morphe R5 brush to do this. And you know how I like to do, I like to put it on my cheekbones right above my contour, and with hardly any product left on it, I like to sweep it up onto my nose just a little bit so it gives you more of that sunburned natural look. And then I'm going to take a Morphe M508 and go in with the shade Lightning Dust to highlight my brow bone. And after I use the Lightning Dust side of the highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Fire Crystal side, because it's just a little bit more. It gives you just a little bit more highlight, and I just feel like layering those two gives a really nice effect on the brow bone area. Then I'm going to go back in with that shade Tan, and I'm going to use a Morphe R41 brush to smoke out the lower lash line. I'm going to bring this all the way in to my inner corner, just sweeping it back and forth and blending out that outer corner that we did earlier as well. Then I'm going to go in with a flat definer brush, and I'm going to use the shade Brunette, and I'm going to keep that nice and tight right along my lash line so that it looks more like a liner than it does a smoked out effect. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Chestnut back on that first blending brush, and I'm going to use that to blend it all together and make it look seamless. Then I'm going to go back in with that shade Ruby on that Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to just place that right in the center of my lower lash line on both sides, just to continue with that halo effect. I'm not going to be going in with false lashes today, so I'm just going to use some Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and I'm going to put a generous amount on my top lashes. I don't use this for my bottom lashes. For my bottom lashes, I use a CoverGirl waterproof mascara, and I've rubbed the label off of it, so I have no idea what kind this is, but I just like a waterproof mascara on my bottom lashes so that it doesn't crease on my under eyes. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with the shade Lightning Dust, and I'm going to use the Morphe E36 to place that on my inner corners ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go in with the Temptu highlighter on a Beautyblender, and I'm just going to press that into my skin in a C shape area on the top of my cheekbone, going around my brow. You guys know that I have been loving this highlighter, especially where I've been getting the dry skin on the top of my cheekbones. This liquid highlighter has really helped to kind of get my skin back to where I want it to be, and then I just continue to use it because I don't want it to go back to that. Then I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Nude eyeliner, and I'm going to place that on my waterline because I want to open my eyes up just a little bit more. Then I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics Ultra Glow in the shade Tahiti, and I'm going to press that right over top of the liquid highlighter that we have already placed down on our cheeks and our nose, Cupid's bow, chin, all of the good places. For lips today, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Lolita liquid lipstick, and then the Kylie Cosmetics Cocoa Collection Khlo Money. I'm going to go in with Lolita first as a base, and I'm going to lay that down. It's a little bit darker, and I just really liked it with this look. And then I go in with the Khlo Money shade just to lighten up the center of my lips just a little bit. And then, of course, the last thing I'm going to do is set my face with the Morphe setting spray. And so that is my tutorial on this look right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.